Peace, guys. Welcome back to Consciousness Awake. In this video, I want to talk about the silver cord. Title of this video will be "The Silver Cord is Your Protector" or protection. So there's been a years-long, almost decades-long debate about the existence of the silver cord. So you have astral projectors or people just experiencing OBEs, NDEs, who don't believe in the silver cord existing. And then you have people, myself included, who do believe that the silver cord is real, and it's a real component, energetic component to the multidimensional aspect of the larger reality system. And so first thing that comes to mind for me is for people who just don't believe in the silver cord, I want to ask you this question. So when you're having astral projection experiences, or whatever, spontaneous out of bodies, or whatever the case may be, and your consciousness is then in a new dimensional space, it's not in this physical dimensional space that we call Earth reality construct. Absolutely not. It is in a completely different environment, different dimensional space, different reality construct. Okay? And, pardon me. And when your consciousness has shifted and is centered in your other bodies, in this other environment, it's kind of crazy to think, especially from my own experiences, it's kind of crazy to think that there is no energetic link between your etheric energy body, your physical human body, and let's say you're in one of your subtle astral bodies during this consciousness shifting experience, right? And it would be crazy to think that there is no linkage there. There's no cord there, energetic cord there. Cords, because, from my experience and observation, it's not just that there's a silvery, sparkly kind of cord. So the diameter is so small, like it's like, the diameter of a pen, pencil, it's almost hard to see it. It's almost hard to even notice it if you don't believe in it as it existed. If you don't believe it exists, it's hard to see it sometimes. But there's other cords too. There's other energetic cords. The silver cord is a little more complex than what people think. You have your main silver cord. It's really, really, really thin, small diameter, and then you have all of the micro chakras in the main chakra system, and all of the energetic cords that are tied in to the overall chakra system and within the etheric energy body. Okay, it all connects. It all connects. So when you're going out of body with your consciousness, all of this stuff is connected to your astral body through your etheric layer, chakra system, and then connected down into the physical body. So as long as the physical body is alive, that kind of activity on an energetic standpoint is what's actually going on. So memory recall, for example, you're in your astral body, you have your OBE, you have your experience, and then you go back to fully reintegrate your consciousness and shift back to the frequency of physical matter. Okay, so you're doing that whole thing. Your silver cord and your etheric body energy, which is all wrapped together, is helping to download that data and that memory recall down into the physical level, so that once your consciousness is um, basically, fully back into the physicality, you have easier way to remember everything, access everything, dissect it, remember your observations, your experiences, and all that stuff, right? Your emotions, the feelings, everything you went through. I believe that all exists. Of course, for me, 90% of my, I would, maybe it's an estimate, but maybe 80%, 90% of all of my consciousness shift experiences into these other dimensional spaces. I'm very consciously aware, very observational, and it almost feels like as I'm doing it all, I'm just kind of retaining all of that memory, all of that moment. And it's almost like being carried with me as I go back to the physical body. So that carrying of the data, that download of all that information, I think that the etheric body, silver cord, all the other micro chords, energetic chords, they're all playing their role in that whole process. I understand, like, if you don't believe in the silver cord existing, and if you do have astral projection experience, out of body experiences, just honestly, like, just believing that it's not possible, will result in you maybe thinking about where is my silver cord when you're in and out of body, but it's not part of your belief structure. You don't believe it exists, and sometimes it just doesn't show itself very well. Sometimes, like a lot of times for me, it's on the back of my head, right? So I think I've even maybe talked about it in a video. I don't remember if I did or not, but I've had these experiences while out of body where I'm just getting out of my physical body. I'm going down the hallway of my house. I'm in my etheric energy body, and I'll start moving really fast, like forward, and then I'll just stop. I'll hit the brakes, boom, and I'll see how some of these chords, these little micro chords, and the silver cord, how it will bend forward, or it will just kind of fly in front of you, or a kind of maybe fly around you real quick and then kind of go back to where it was. I have done my own experiments with it. When you get in trouble, you're in the astral plane, in the low astral plane regions, and you're going through some not so good reality constructs there, and some really nasty beings, and also, let's not say nasty beings, just nasty forms of consciousness. I mean, if your consciousness gets off on the idea of someone else's consciousness suffering, like, that's not okay. Not okay at all. So, if you are finding yourself in these different types of reality constructs in these other dimensions, that silver cord is like your ticket back to home base too. And I 100% believe it exists. But I can understand why some people adamantly feel that silver cord is false or not real. And I think it's just that they have not noticed it enough. They maybe haven't had enough out-of-body experiences. Maybe they only had a few out-of-body experiences and they just didn't notice it, and they automatically disqualified it, or, like I said, it's just part of someone's belief structure just over time, and then their own belief structure just tells themselves, trains their own consciousness to say, oh, that just doesn't exist. And the location of the silver cord that's connected to your energy body, it can change person to person too. I've heard of people saying how they've noticed something on their stomach area, solar plex, navel areas, and around there. Some people have talked about the third eye right here between the brows. There's a connection there. For me, it's like I said, from my experiences, most of them, when I've really, really noticed it or seen the silver cord or the other micro chords, I believe it's coming from the back, somewhere back here. Anyways, I'm going to leave this video at 10 minutes. I'd like to hear your comments, see what you think about all this stuff. Also, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments, and sending positive energy to everybody. And I'm actually in my kitchen right now. I set up my phone and stuff with all that amazing light coming through the window. I thought it looked kind of cool. And another hot day here in my area here in Oregon. It's like, I think it's almost 100 degrees again. It's just brutal out here. It's been tough. There's been other areas too around the country that have been hit with some record heat waves also. I'm going to leave it at there, guys. Peace. Talk to you soon. Bye.